Imagine you won the lottery today. What's the first thing that you'd spend your money on? Maybe a plane ticket to your dream destination or that designer bag you've been eyeing. Well, whatever you do, there are certain things that you shouldn't do with your money, otherwise your dreams will just become shattered. So in this video, we're going to look at the top 10 most crucial things you should do if you win the lottery. At number 10, you should hire a financial advisor. You know what they say, winning the lottery is like a roller coaster of emotions and excitement. But before you start splurging on those wild dreams, hear what Emily Irwin from Fargo Banks has to say. First off, don't let that newfound cash burn a hole in your pocket on day one. While it's natural to feel a rush of excitement and the desire to start spending, taking a step back and staying calm on the first day is very sound advice. Rushing into financial decisions can lead to costly mistakes. So instead, Emily's got a plan for you. Step 1. Assemble your dream team. Not the Avengers, instead a financial advisor, some legal advisors, and if you're feeling fancy, a philanthropy experts. They'll help you grab that money, handle the tax man, and most importantly, make it grow. Plus, they'll teach you how to handle that big lump sum like a pro. At number 9, we have investments. You know, when people hit the jackpot, they often get nervous about going broke in no time. Many lottery winners feel uncomfortable investing as they assume they might become broke after a few years, but that's not really true in the case of smart winners. The financial gurus would tell you to spread the wealth and get into the investment game. There's a whole bunch of options out there, like some safe and some a bit more risky. But with a solid investment plan, you can turn that lottery fortune into a stream of income that'll last you a lifetime. Let's just look at the case of Edwin Castro. The guy wins the lottery and he puts $35 million into oil, gas, and real estate, and another $45 million into low-risk stuff like municipal bonds. Fast forward just 12 years and guess what? He's a billionaire. That's the power of making your money work for you through smart investments. Now, buying a house is a dream that many of us share, and winning the lottery can turn that dream into a reality. Just imagine treating yourself to a home in your dream location. It's a real game changer. Plus, owning property opens up doors to the world of real estate. Real estate is like that golden goose that keeps on giving because it tends to appreciate over time. So it's no surprise that many lottery winners opt to team up with a seasoned realtor to make property investments. It's a smart move, really, because real estate is often seen as a safe bet with minimal risk. And let's take Edwin Castro, for example, yet again, who struck it big with $1 billion. He didn't hesitate to drop $25.5 million on a Hollywood Hills hillside home, another $4 million on a Japanese-inspired beauty in Altadena, and a whopping $47 million on an LA mansion. Some folks might have raised an eyebrow or two, calling it a terrible buy. But if it's your dream home, then who cares what the naysayers think? Edwin sure didn't. And you know, sometimes how when folks win the lottery, they start splurging like there's no tomorrow and forget about those drowning debts? Well, here's a wild story that will make you think twice. Meet Ike Batista, a dude who hit the jackpot with a $35 billion win. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, then things took a serious nosedive. His companies, including OGX and his gas business, went south. They were performing worse and he couldn't pay back his massive loans. So what does our boy Ike do? Well, he tries to grease some palms and get out of the mess by bribing the governor. But it all came crashing down. And now Ike is chilling in prison, staring at a 30-year sentence, and he owes $1.2 billion to investors. It's like a plot twist from a crazy movie, but it's a reminder that even when you hit the jackpot, you've got to handle your finances. Otherwise, you might end up on a roller coaster ride to financial ruin. And you remember how Forrest Gump said that life is like a box of chocolates? Well, that's wrong, because I'd say that life is like a roller coaster. It throws all sorts of surprises our way. Emergencies, unexpected times, and the loss of loved ones are just part of the ride. That's why the smart money move for lottery winners is to stash some cash away in the bank. It's like building a safety net that not only gives you financial security, but also a peace of mind. Think about it. If you're hit with an unexpected situation, having a backup fund in the bank can be a real lifesaver. And, you know, when you're setting up this emergency fund, aim to cover your expenses for at least 6 months. That's a good buffer. And if you park that money in mutual funds, it'll keep growing over time. Plus, it's easy to access if you ever need it in a pinch. And kicking off our top 5 is save for retirement. Retiring early, that's the dream, right? But if you don't have some savings stashed away, then you might end up working forever, and nobody wants that. So for all of you lucky lottery winners out there, it's time to start thinking about setting up a retirement fund. It's like securing your golden years, so you can kick back without a worry in the world. For the calculation of the retirement fund, you need to hire qualified finance professionals, and they will take inflation, medical bills, and members of the family and help to decide where we need to put our retirement savings. Also, there are some low-risk options for your retirement fund, like mutual funds and IRAs. They might not be as flashy as a lottery win, but they're like the steady ship that'll sail you smoothly into retirement paradise. You should also come up with an estate plan. Estate planning becomes a top priority for lottery winners, especially when old friends, relatives, and neighbors start coming out of the woodwork. The first thing is to update the estate plan by including things like drafting a will and setting up trusts. This should be up to date as the assets will be distributed according to the will of the person. Also, you've got to budget for taxes and create a spending plan. That way, the lottery winners can preserve their wealth for generations to come. And number 3, we have donate to charity. Many people assume that all lottery winners are greedy and selfish, but that's a myth. While some of them, they are actually kind and they just don't want to publicize their charity donations. Also, they do get an advantage of tax benefits by donating to the charities. In December of 2020, a man who won nearly $200 million in Euro Millions donated almost all of the money he got to a foundation dedicated to saving our planet. At number 2, we have consider taking the annuity payment option. Congratulations, you won the lottery. What are you going to choose? Annuity or lump sum? Well, 62% of the Powerball winners have chosen annuity over the lump sum payments. Most of the financial analysts advise us to take an annuity as it provides a good payment option that helps us regulate the expenses and we can generate passive income by investing it. Whereas it's difficult in lump sum as we can't predict our life expectancy and it is difficult to trace the expenses. And our number 1 tip is avoid sudden lifestyle changes. It is tempting to go from 0 to 100 real quick when you've hit the jackpot, but slow and steady wins the race. Instead of splurging on wild expenses right away, take a breath, consider what you really want and how to make your dreams sustainable. Sure, treat yourself a bit, but don't go overboard. Financial advisors say to not quit your job and not to purchase luxurious items like a home, luxury car, and luxury handbag. They advise to set aside a fixed amount for splurges, and a solution is to probably rent a house of your choice and buy a budget model car. By maintaining some stability and thinking long term, you're more likely to enjoy your newfound wealth without it turning your life into a roller coaster ride. So when it comes to your lifestyle, remember, slow and steady wins the lottery game too. All these tips are for the lottery winners. And if you want to try your luck by playing the lottery from home, you can do it safely in the link in the description. That's where we play.